He basically said a lyrical rapper wanted to start beef with him just so they can create interest for each other. So let's play this clip. Let's see.
Crazy you said that. So look, this like 2 days after the situation took place. This before J. Cole apologized, matter of fact. I got a call, I won't say from who. I got a call from a certain rapper. It's like a lyricist too, like a lyricist, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all know him if I said his name. 1,000% y'all know him, right? And I got a text from him. He shot me a text. He like, yo, he like, hit me, you gonna like this. He like, hit me, you gonna like this. I called him, I'm like, what up? He like, what's up with it? How you feeling? I'm good, what's up with it? He like, you wanna go up? How you feeling? You wanna go up? I'm like, what's up? Talk to me. He say, man, all the back and forth between J. Cole and Kendrick got me fired up. Bruh, I feel like we should diss each other. You know, we cool behind closed doors. We should diss each other.
That should have
go. You know what I'm saying? And we cool, we know we cool, whoop, but bruh, I just feel like it'll just go crazy and yada, yada, yada. And I told him, I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, responded like the same way I told him, I'm like, look, I'm like, I know for a fact what that'll do, right? But I'm like, at the same time, it's a little more personal with me. Like, I wouldn't get you going. Say certain things about you if I don't really feel a certain way about you. You get what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, that's out of respect for you. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, cause it's, you know, it can go either which way. Like with me, like I'm a, you know,
so
like,
you don't really want the smoke.
It wasn't even that what I was telling them, even though I feel like don't nobody want that. And see, this beat done made this me. I'm playing. But nah, like it ain't, and it definitely wasn't like on no rap. It's just that like, to me, like dissing somebody is like, and that's why like immediately when you like you get into the rap, I'm like, nah, not me, because like I can't see you a person like finding every which way to you get what I'm saying, the belittle me, make me feel some type of way, offend me, and then we still coexist on a respectable level. Yeah, you gotta disrespect me. Yeah. You got to, and I gotta disrespect you, and I'm not gonna disrespect nobody that I got respect for. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because of what come with it on my end, from my world, from the cloth I'm cut from. You get what I'm saying? I told him, I'm just like, nah. I said, I appreciate you thinking about me, reaching out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, but nah, bro, like, out of respect for you, like, I'm gonna pass on that.
That's some real shit. So I didn't plan on talking about this, but I found it interesting because this has been something that's been talked about from other artists as well. And if I remember correctly, Jim Jones and Cameron were supposed to beef or something along the lines of that. Let me actually look that up right quick. Jim Jones, Cameron, fake beef. Peers reply, Jim Jones. Something along the lines of, I think Jim Jones. Yeah, Jim Jones pitched fake Dipset beef. Reveals Cameron, Jim Jones a few years ago, and how Capo even tried to convince him to go publicity stunt. Cam also talks about his falling out with Jim Jones from a few years back, which he says was a result of Jones cooking up an issue between the two. All of us in good space right now. I never really fed into it. We always strategize and stuff. There was a time Jones was in my kitchen. He was like, yo, let's act like we got beef. I'm like, why would we act like we have beef? So that's what I mean is I would not be surprised. And with DaBaby revealing that a lyrical rapper called him and said, let's set up a fake beef. I would not be surprised if that's happened more in hip hop throughout the years. We just didn't know about certain ones. And I don't know, for me personally, I think most listeners can tell if it's a real beef or not. Like for example, right now what's going on, the Rick Ross and Drake thing, the way Rick Ross mentioned there's an issue is that Drake sent out a cease and desist for the French Montana record that he had featured on and with Rick Ross. If that's the true start of the beef, that's not going to last long. That's not going to be anything serious. Unless, like, more serious things get dragged in, but I highly doubt it. I think, they're clowning each other for each other's houses. Rick Ross showed love to Drake's mom, and Drake just clowning him about stupid things, him being fat, whatever. He didn't get his whatever the hell, I forget what he said, but it's like little stuff back and forth. Who has more money? Who's got a bigger yacht? Who's this and that? Now the Birdman stuff, disrespecting Birdman, that's a whole different story. I think Rick Ross and Birdman actually have a beef because Rick Ross jumped out the window with that Idols Became Rivals track where he's dissing Birdman for not paying Lil Wayne when they're having their issues. That's a whole different story. But the Rick Ross and Drake thing, I don't think it's going to be serious. I think in the next 6 months to a year, unless Rick Ross gets dragged in more in some way or another, or they take it to a different level, then it can go further. But that's like more of not a staged beef, but just more like play, and it's not serious. And that's the same way I would have looked at the J. Cole and Kendrick thing. So looking back with J. Cole, at the moment, J. Cole apologizing disappointed me. But then now, after a couple weeks removed from it, when you really think about it, J. Cole didn't have in his heart to go after Kendrick because they never really had deeply rooted issues. At one point, they were supposed to release an album together. So that wouldn't have been a really interesting battle. The most interesting ones are the ones that have been brewing for a while, which is Drake and Kendrick. That's the main show because that's been brewing for years and years and years. And here's the funny thing, and I'm not going to reveal what I'm working on, but I've been looking at a lot of Kendrick Lamar interviews, old ones. And there was this one interview from Hot 97. Peter Rosenberg, sorry. Paul Rosenberg's Eminem's manager. Peter Rosenberg on Hot 97 said, let's talk about this beef you've been having. And you can see Kendrick kind of look, his like body language changes. Because I think he thought Peter was going to ask about Drake. And the way he shifted, he was like, he kind of looked at him like in a serious way. And he's like, oh, this beef that you're having with Schoolboy Q. And it's like a joking beef because Schoolboy Q and Kendrick were always roasting each other, blah, 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 and having jokes with each other. But the way Kendrick's energy shifted, that shit's been brewing for a long, long, long time. And that's a serious beef. That's something that, like, they've thrown shots at each other for so long that, you know, it's something that, like, that's the beef that you want. That's the battle that you want. Sorry for saying beef. Honestly, I should stop using that term. Beef is, like, more serious shit. There's a difference between battle and beef. Beef is when, like, street shit starts to pop off. Battle is, like, just hip-hop shit. So this battle is the one that you're supposed to want to pop off because it's been brewing for a while. But to call an artist and be like, let's just set up something just so we can boost our numbers, which it helps. Controversy helps, whether we like to admit it or not. I hate the fact that, you know, I'll do a documentary that's not controversial, like the Get Rich or Die Trying one, which it has some type of shootings and murders and blah, blah, blah. But not really murders, I think, in the Get Rich or Die Trying. I don't remember that well. Did have the shooting, obviously, with 50, and a little bit of beef here and there, and controversy with the Back Down record and stuff. But overall, it wasn't about murders and gangs and King Von and this and that and Jacksonville and all these rappers killing each other and speaking about dead ops. Those are the things that get views. Controversy sells. I hate that I do a Get Rich or Die Trying documentary, cover a classic album about how it got recorded, how it got broken to everything. And that gets 800,000 views. And then I do a G-Unit chain robbery story, and it's at 3 million views. And half the time, like it was nothing. That did 3 million views like it was nothing. So controversy, unfortunately, is just what people want, man. Unfortunately, that's, you know, I could have been at a whole different level YouTube-wise if I just focused on beefs, if I just covered violence 24/7 on my channel and just became the next, you know, whatever the hell content creator. It just focuses on violence. That's it. Battles, all this stuff. Like I wanted to get out of it. I don't want to be the guy that was just creating content that did verses, beefs, and battles, and that's it. I wanted to do What Happened To's. I wanted to cover stories on people's lives with Pop Smoke, with Nipsey, the people that passed away, Juice, that people wanted to know more about after they passed away. You know, cover whatever, a wide range of things. But yeah, so the baby thing doesn't surprise me when he's saying, I kind of veered off topic, but what he's saying about this doesn't surprise me. I would not be surprised if a lot of battles were like that, where they just call each other and said, hey, let's do something. Because this would have boosted DaBaby's career and whoever it called. It would have boosted them for the moment. It would have boosted my channel, talking about it. Obviously, controversy boosts everything. If I'm in the media is getting boosted, artists getting boosted, everyone's paying attention. And it benefits revenue. It boosts revenue for everybody. Now, after everything settled down, if someone's career took a huge hit, which is rare in today's time, because of social media and just having your own audience, then that person would have been affected. But for the most part, most people don't get affected by it unless it turns into actual beef and, you know, people are starting to kill each other. That's a whole different story. But I'm just talking straight battles. That's it. So that was interesting of him to say, man, and to reveal. And I'm glad he didn't do it. I'm glad he was like, you know what, my heart's not in it. I'm not going to go against you. You know, even though it'd be entertaining and it would boost both of them, because in a lot of people's eyes, DaBaby has fallen off. So this could have been something that could have rejuvenated a lot for him, because I think when DaBaby wants to rap, he can rap really well. just that freestyle, LA Leakers, when he actually wants to rap and can not stick in a same pocket of sound and actually try to switch styles and flows, then he's something special. But when he's in that same Scooby-Doo music, dun 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 dun, a bit like it's same type of sound, I'm just like, I don't want to hear this shit. So that was interesting. I wasn't planning on talking about that. So yeah, that just randomly came up in my head. But